Are you planning to attend an Etihad Airways cabin crew open day? Well, in this video, I'll walk you step by step through the entire process, from the moment you drop your CV to the final interview stage. And let me tell you this, the Etihad Open Day is very different from Emirates. So let's get started, and please, make sure to watch to the very end so you don't miss a key information. The Etihad Open Day, also called the CV drop, is not the same as Emirates Open Day recruitment. With Etihad, you must first register online. On the actual open day you can walk in any time between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., but unlike Emirates, which begins sharply at 9 a.m., Etihad gives you that flexibility. By this I mean, in the case of Emirates, every candidate must be at the assessment venue by 9 a.m. I have done a video on what to expect during the Emirates Cabin Crew Open Day, and if you have not watched the video, please make sure to watch it before you attend an assessment with them. Okay, let's focus on Etihad Open Day. Here's the thing. Even though the event says 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., you should arrive at least 30 minutes before 9 a.m. because by then, you'll already find hundreds of other aspiring cabin crew waiting outside. But still, this does not mean only those who arrive early will progress to the next stage. Just choose whichever time works for you. Depending with the city, the number of applicants varies. Sometimes 100, sometimes 1,000. They will all be lined up, and every candidate chooses where to line up. Don't overthink about which recruiter you should choose, just be confident in yourself. Remember, you will be lined up inside a room, maybe a conference room, and there will be 2, 3, 4, or even 5 recruiters sitting behind tables. And as mentioned, you will choose which recruiter to line up for. When it's your turn, you'll submit a copy of your CV, greet the recruiter, and wait for their cue. This first step only takes a few seconds, but it's the most crucial. The recruiter will usually ask you 2 or 3 quick questions. It won't last more than 10 minutes. The 2 most important questions you must prepare for are, tell me about yourself and why do you want to become a cabin crew? This is not the time for those situational and behavioral questions. And by the way, during the assessment day for the CV, please make it a 1-page, so the recruiter can analyze everything in seconds, but do not omit key skills or experience. The recruiters do not have time to go through the book of your huge experience, just try to make it short. The only time you can use a CV with more than 1 page is only when submitting your application online. And as I always say, for the online application, there is no one specific CV template or number of pages that must be used or followed. This is why you will see numerous types of CV that got applicants shortlisted. For the number of pages, feel free to use 1 page, 2, 3, or 4. Just don't make it too long, make 4 the most, and if you can, 3 is better. But still, we have applicants with 4-page CV who get shortlisted. And again, if you meet all the basic requirements, and you are still getting rejected at the CV stage, reach out for a CV that will get you shortlisted. Okay, so, once you're done, the recruiter will tell you to expect feedback that same day, usually around 6 or 7 p.m., but here's the tough part, 3/4 of the applicants are eliminated at this stage. Only those who truly impress the recruiter are shortlisted for the next day. If you make it to day 2, congratulations. On this day, you'll be assigned a different recruiter. The process begins with a height check and an inspection for scars or tattoos. The recruiter may also ask questions about your customer service experience and other details. And guys, please, always be honest with them. For all the visible scars, please declare them, because if they notice you lied about the scars, you will be eliminated. For the scars in areas not marked white, please do not declare them. For the tattoos, even tiny ones are not accepted unless they are in areas not marked white. Just before we continue, I want to quickly mention something important. I've been getting so many emails, DMs, and comments from people saying, I want to become a cabin crew member, but my English isn't good enough. Or, I understand English perfectly, but when it's time to speak, I freeze. Honestly, you're not alone. A lot of amazing candidates miss opportunities just because they lack confidence in their English. Some even get rejected at interviews, not because they weren't qualified but because they couldn't express themselves fluently. That's exactly why I started a brand new channel called Master Fluent English. It's a warm, safe space where we're learning English together with real tips, practical speaking exercises, interview tricks, and the kind of support I wish I had when I was starting. So, if you've ever doubted your English or felt nervous about speaking, this is for you. Also, if you find yourself telling yourself, I can read and understand everything in English but can't speak, this channel is also for you. Tap the link in the description and come grow with us. If you can understand, you can absolutely speak. You just need the right guide and a little push. And of course, it is free to join for everyone. Now, depending on how many applicants are present, day 2 could actually be the last stage, or still, a few will be interviewed for the final interview on the same day, and the rest will be scheduled for an online final interview. But most of the time, it moves forward into the next day. After the checks, you'll be divided into teams and given a task to solve. Together, you must reach a team decision and explain the reasoning while recruiters silently observe your teamwork, communication, and leadership skills. Remember, each applicant will already have been assigned a unique number. You will be identified by this number. After the group discussion, everyone is called back into the room. This is the elimination moment. One recruiter will begin calling out names and instructing those people to raise their hands and follow another recruiter to a different room. But here's the twist. If your name is called, unfortunately, it means you've been eliminated. The ones who remain in the room are actually progressing to the next stage, which is the final interview. Sometimes recruiters even play a little trick to make you feel like you've been eliminated, but no, if you're still in the room, you're in the safe group. The recruiter will congratulate you and guide you on the next stage, that is whether it will be done on that same day, or you will be interviewed the following day. If you have been watching my videos, you will realize that with most airlines, the applicants do the English test before the final interview. But for Etihad, you will do the test after the final interview. Would you prefer to do the test before or after the final interview? Please let me know in the comment section. I would really love to know. The final stage is the one-on-one interview with the recruiter. For some candidates, this interview happens on the same day. For others, it's scheduled online or on the following day. For the final interview, this is your chance to impress the recruiter, show them why they should hire you. It's also the chance for the Etihad to know you better and assess whether you are a perfect fit to join their company. This usually lasts somewhere between 15 and 40 minutes. This is the stage. The recruiter will ask a number of questions, role play, situational and behavioral. I have created a guide with over 50 commonly asked cabin crew questions. Make sure to get your copy now on the official Amazon store. Remember, the recruiter will not ask all these questions. The questions asked are maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 at most. The problem is you do not know which questions you will get asked. So that's why I recommend you familiarize yourself with all these commonly asked questions. In this guide, I have shared the role-play, behavioral, and situational questions too. Once you read through these questions in this guide, you will get an idea of how to answer the questions asked. I have also shared the answers to each question. You do not need to answer your interview questions exactly as I have shared, but these examples will give you an idea of how to approach and structure your own answers. Make sure to get your copy for more guidance and practice. If you're successful in the final interview, you'll be invited to take the English test. If you are wondering about the open day timeline with Etihad, candidates usually progress to the next stage very fast, and you can move to Abu Dhabi within a month once everything is ready. The difference is, when Etihad is conducting an open day in a certain city, let's say Paris, that means they are actively and urgently looking for the France nationalities, French speakers to be precise. But still, other nationalities can attend this assessment, though I recommend when choosing a city for an open day assessment, choose one you can fluently speak their native language fluently. If you can't, you may get hired, or your chances will be minimal. The only time your chances will be very high is if the nationalities of that country do not speak fluent English. Otherwise, if you don't speak their native language, always choose the UAE. I've done a video on the Etihad cabin crew English test, so make sure to watch it. I will link it at the end of this video. I'm also working on a video about the word activity and group discussions during the Etihad cabin crew assessment. I will upload the 2 videos once ready, so make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. And once you pass this English test, you'll receive your offer letter with the joining date, and that's when your onboarding journey with Etihad begins. We have talked about the Emirates onboarding process. I think I should also do the Etihad onboarding process. Let me know if you would love me to talk about the Etihad cabin crew onboarding process. And guys, that's the complete breakdown of the Etihad Airways Open Day, also known as the CV drop. Remember, the first stage is the most competitive, with the majority eliminated after dropping their CV. If you have been watching my videos, you'll stand a much better chance of making it through. Before I forget, if you are new to this channel, when applying with Etihad, always be patient with them. The hiring process can take over a year, and sometimes following up with them is very risky. You can get eliminated because of this. So, as long as your application status is not rejected, failed, or unsuccessful, you are good to go, and you should not worry about anything. If you have to email them, at least let it be after 7 or 8 months of waiting. I know some applicants get a positive response after following up with them, but you don't want to risk your dream job. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone preparing for an Etihad Open Day. And remember this: if others have made it, you can too. I am rooting for you, and I believe in you. Don't stop now. Your dream is valid and is within reach.